Good morning, good morning. This is Thursday morning here in Switzerland. Boys in New Zealand, it's Thursday afternoon and the shit has officially hit the fan. But listen here, we'll get into Razor, we'll get into everything afterwards. I see Kiwi Rob's in the house. I'm interested to see what he has to say about, but we're going to start with some sad news. I know not a lot of people will know this, man, but let's first go through the topics. We're going to talk about Uli Kestenholz, rugby, football, NFL, NBA, NHL, sumo, snooker, NCAA, cricket. We're talking about everything this morning. There you go. Guys, remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button if you enjoy what we are doing here. And email at the bottom there. Contact me if you want to be on a more personal note. There you go. But it's a sad day today in the world of winter sports. Not many people will know who this is, but I grew up with this man being one of the best snowboarders in the world, Uli Kestenholz, and he died in an avalanche yesterday. So sad news, especially in Switzerland. Was a big snowboard icon worldwide. I mean, just sad news, and our condolences go out to his friends and family. Uli, man, rest in peace, man. We know he'll be snowboarding up there in the sky, and we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Yeah, very sad news. Great guy, Uli Kestenholz, and an icon of snowboard. So rest in peace, Uli. Then we move on. When we move on to the breaking, shocking, unbelievable news. New Zealand rugby, the ABs are a little bit in disarray this morning. Yes, guys, pray for Mo's mom. She's not doing well either. Everybody here, we're praying for your mom. But let's get straight into Scott Robertson. Razor, I am really looking forward to a New Zealand perspective. I see Kiwi Rob is in the house. Look, if you've been watching this channel for a while, look, don't feel sorry for the Springboks. We're double world champions. We're going to three-peat. Look, if you've been watching this channel for a while now, I've always said I've never been totally, convinced with Razor. I thought he was a little bit, I don't want to be brutal this morning, a chicken. I thought he never took enough risks. He didn't bring enough young talent through. He kind of always stuck to the same 23 players, and it wasn't, there wasn't enough experimental stuff going on. But saying all that, I'm not happy that it seems to be player power that has cost him his job. Look, if it's true what the rumors are out there, and I'm not in New Zealand right now, and I haven't read through all the New Zealand newspapers and stuff like that, but it looks like the driving force has been Ardie Savea and a few other players in the squad that has kind of said they don't want to play for the All Blacks if this man is coach. If that's true, I hope the new coach doesn't even fucking pick them. Because if I'm a new coach, why would I pick players that have sabotaged the last coach, gone to the board and got his sack? Would I trust those players? But look, 2 years, plenty of time for New Zealand to get their shit together. I mean, it's 6 months or 5 months till the next New Zealand rugby game the All Blacks will play. Be interesting to see. Look, like Kiwi Rob says, Tony Brown, Jamie Joseph. Okay, it's been confirmed that it's a lie with Ardie. Okay, well then we'll see. Then, that's just the rumors that are going on at the moment. As you know, eventually Razor will talk. Razor is the problem. He had a 74% win record. He had a better win record than the previous coach. I mean, New Zealanders, love you guys. Love the Kiwis. Well, what do you fucking expect? 100% win ratio. You're not the best rugby nation anymore. It's not like in the 70s and the 80s where the whole world was behind New Zealand. The English have caught up. The French are catching up. South Africa has overtaken you. Let's be honest. It's very difficult to win all your games now, especially if you're traveling to the Northern Hemisphere and you're playing against England that are in good nick. You can lose that game. You can lose a game to South Africa. The only game I don't Should you lose to Argentina? Most probably not if you're New Zealand. But you can lose to Ireland, you can lose to France, you can lose to South Africa, you can lose to England on any given day. if New Zealand are looking for a coach that is going to win 100% of their games, you're not going to find him, my sons. That's just not the way it is. Yes, New Zealand expect their rugby team to be the world's best at all times, and it's not at the moment. Let's be honest. Even Kiwi Rob would be that honest. You're not the best rugby nation on the planet at the moment, but things can change. Sports goes in cycles. The Springboks are on top now. In 4 years' time, our dominance could be over. It could be over at the next World Cup. But yeah, look, listen here. I see the biggest problem for New Zealand rugby. Number one problem for New Zealand rugby is if you don't play in New Zealand, you can't play for the All Blacks. If you don't play in the Super Rugby, you can't play for the All Blacks. That is your biggest problem. I don't think coaches are your biggest problem. I think that is stunting the growth of New Zealand rugby. Yes, it'll cost your club competitions a little bit of superstars. But let's be honest. That way they learn different rugby, not just playing New Zealand style of rugby. You know, you've got to evolve. I mean, the Springboks, we always played one style. And since we've got New Zealand coaches in, since we've got playing in the URC, our style has evolved. But listen, you guys, before I rant on here about Razor, let me just tell you, let me take him away there quickly. I did put out a breaking news show at 6 o'clock this morning. That's an hour ago. So check that out. And then don't forget, later this afternoon, the DEFCON Rugby Show. I've actually changed the thumbnail for that one. So come out, check that out. We'll have a lot to say about. You see, there you go, Richie Mwanga. That's so join us for the DEFCON Rugby Show this afternoon. Razor, and more Razor. Hi, my dear. That's my wife, Isa. There you go. So let's get into the football this morning. AFCON. I feel sorry for Vern. He did both games last night, and they were not the most exciting games in the world. He did, 90, 120, 210, almost 220 minutes of football, and he got to see one goal by Sadio Mane, which put Senegal in the final. Nigeria, Morocco, after 120 minutes was 0-0. Morocco won 4-2 on penalties. So the final is Senegal against the host, Morocco. Hey guys, join us this afternoon for the rugby. We can discuss all those things. Then Carabao Cup last night, I did that one. That was a great game. Arsenal against Chelsea. Arsenal there, always on top, but Chelsea brought on Alejandro Garnacho, the traitor that left Manchester United, and he scored 2 beautiful goals. And so that tie is still in the balance. Then in the Spanish Copa del Rey, Alaves beat Rayo Vallecano 2-0. And then, guys, if you're not sitting, sit down now. You might fall over because Albacete knocked out Real Madrid. Albacete is in the second division, 17th. They knocked off Real Madrid. You see, so it's not only Man United that have a bad result. And Real Betis beat Elche. So we'll see. We'll see. Look, New Zealand rugby's got to come right. We know that. Then Wolfsburg in Germany, they beat St. Pauli 2-1. Much needed win for Wolfsburg. Bayern keep their winning run going. They beat Köln 3-1. Leipzig beat Freiburg 2-0. And Hoffenheim thrashed Borussia Mönchengladbach 5-1. Then Naples and Parma only drew 0-0. Internazionale beat Lecce 1-0. Then we move on to the NHL, baby. And it looks like this man, John Harbaugh, is going to have a new coaching job. It looks like he's finalizing a deal with the New York Giants. That is a big surprise. If you check my Across the Pond from last night, I did discuss all that. That's our big North American show. Then let's move on. Baby, it's playoffs. It is playoffs in the NFL, the divisional round. And on this weekend, I'll be doing all those games. The Bills against the Broncos, the Texans against my Patriots, the 49ers against the Seahawks, maybe the clash of the round, and the Rams against the Bears. So be sure to join us on the channel. NBA results. Haven't got all the results in yet, so let me go have a look if something has changed there quickly. Then I can update that while we're live on the channel. You know, there you say, you got to be flexible, baby. You got to be flexible. So let's have a look. Let's see if those scores are in there, and then we can update that scores. Let me hit the button. It always takes a little bit longer when you want it to go quickly. So let's have a look. It looks like the games are done. So I can tell you that the Kings, all right, I'll put that in there, 112, and the Wizards, what was that one? 105, 119. There you go. So we should have them in there. There you go. So let's start off in the NBA. The Raptors beat the Pacers 115-101. Barnes had 27.7 rebounds and 13 assists for the Raptors. Pascal Siakam 26 points and 10 rebounds for the Pacers. The Cavaliers destroyed the 76ers 133-107. Donovan Mitchell with 35.7 boards and 9 assists. Joel Embiid with 20 for a losing team. I'll get into the chat in a second. The Jazz lose to the Bulls 128-126. Vukovic with 35 points for the winning Bulls. Senzabar at 43 points for the Jazz. The Nets lose to the Pelicans. The Pelicans win again. Well done. I've been ridiculing them the last few weeks. 116-113. Murphy there with 34 points and 9 rebounds. The Nuggets without Nikola Jokic keep on winning. They beat the Dallas Mavericks 118-109. Jamal Murray, the main man, there with 33 points. The Knicks lose to the Kings. The Kings are starting to not play too bad. DeMar DeRozan there with 27 points and 6 rebounds for a winning Kings team. And last but not least, the Clippers are flying at the moment. They beat the Wizards 119-105. Kawhi Leonard with 33 points there and 4 steals. Then now I can move into the chat quickly. Let me have a look there. Take the NBA away. Prediction on the NFL Super Bowl. Are you going to do it? So we don't have to listen to American. Of course I'm going to do the Super Bowl live with Vern. Both of us will be on there. It's going to be a lot of fun. That is in, wait, let me have a look. If I can, let's go to across, I think it's in 23 days time. 23 days. What happened with Golden State? Yeah, they are still all right there. Look, these teams just want to get to the playoffs, don't worry. Then let's have a look a little bit of the NHL results. There's also a game still going on. That's my Golden Knights. I'll have a look quickly what's going on there. But I can tell you that the Devils did lose to the Kraken. The Kraken lost to the Devils 3-2. The Flyers lost to the Sabres 2-5. The Senators thrashed the Rangers 8-4. And let's have a quick look. That game was still going on. They went into overtime. The Golden Knights there, it was 2-2 the last I saw against the Kings. I will just wait for it to refresh, and then I can tell you what's going on there. Let's have a look. That's still in overtime or what? We'll see. I hope my Golden Knights won, baby. I need a win. What's going on? The Golden Knights did win 3-2. Guys, the Golden Knights won 3-2. Let me put that in there as well. Good stuff, baby. Good stuff. Go Knights. There you go. So the Golden Knights did win that one 3-2. Fantastic result there. Then we got more sports. We got some more sports. If you're a cricket fan and you look, New Zealand's doing beautiful in cricket. You don't need to do well in rugby, man. You beat India by 7 wickets. Good game there from the New Zealand cricketers. That series is tied at 1-1. Eurobasket last night. Damn, Partizan has fallen. They are the bottom of the league. They lost to Olympiacos 104-66. That's like a 38-point thrashing. Tonight there's more Eurobasket live on this channel. Bayern Munich against Panathinaikos Athens. That is with your main man Vern. He will be throwing the papers around and giving you a beautiful game there. Olympiacos against Panathinaikos against Bayern. There it is. That's what's coming up. Andreas Orps there for Bayern, the 3-point shooter against Salaukas. So we'll see what happens there. Now we can start laughing again because we'll go into the sumo and I'm going to have to do all my pronunciations. I see there are a hell of a lot of Japanese in there this morning. Konnichiwa to all of you. Look, Kirashima, he is 4-0, one of the few that are still 4-0. So he's leading the table. He beat Waka Motahura. Hakanafuchi, he beat Takayasu. Then Kota Sakura. A lot of upsets last night in the sumo. Kota Sakura losing to Ishii Yamamoto. Oho beating Oneshiki. The top 4 wrestlers. Well, no, 3 of the top 4 lost yesterday. Oho beating Oneshki. Hoshuro beating Ura. He bounced back the Yokozuna. And then Yoshinofuji. Now, Yoshinofuji, he has done something very special that very few wrestlers do. He has beaten a Yokozuna 2 nights in a row. Yesterday he beat Horoshu. Last night he beat Onosata. I mean, that is an unbelievable feat. He is Maegashira 1. If he can get a positive record in this tournament, I think, are we looking at a new Ozeki maybe? Could be, baby. It could be. Vern will let you know more. His update, I think, is coming out tomorrow night or Saturday night. I'm not sure. Then, these are the matchups for today. This is going to be crazy. I had to add a few in there. Ishii Yamamoto will take on Yoshinofuji. Wakamoto Hura will take on Takayasu. Kirishima, the 4-0, will take on Oho. Daiashu will take on Oneshiki. Kota Sakura and Hakanafuji will battle it out. Takanoshu will take on Onosato. And the 2, 3, and 1 wrestlers there, Horoshu and Wata Takakage, both 3 and 1, they will battle it out. So that's Yoshinofuji is my man. So agree. There you go. I mean, that was a great. I mean, when last did somebody beat 2 Yokozunas back to back? I like that. I'll be watching that today. See what his result is. Who's he got today? Who's he got? Yoshinofuji. He's got Ishii Yamamoto. If he needs to get a few wins together. There you go. Then we're moving to snooker. And that 6-2 result is just every game is still 6-2. Trump beat Ding Zhonghui. So Judd Trump beat Ding Zhonghui 6-2. Neil Robertson there from Australia, man, from down under. He beat Chris Wackland 6-2. What does that mean for the quarterfinals? Well, John Higgins will take on Zhao Xingtong. Judd Trump will take on Mark Allen. I need to watch that. That's this afternoon. That's going to be a cracker. Then Wu Zi will take on Zhao Yongdong. And Neil Robertson will take on Kyron Wilson. So good snooker here. The bottom 2 games are tomorrow. I did the cricket. I did that. I got to do some NCAA basketball. Can't forget that, baby. The men had a few games there yesterday. Some of them are still ongoing. Arkansas beat South Carolina 108. The Razorbacks. That's the Razorbacks from Arkansas beat South Carolina Gamecocks 108-74. Iowa lost to Purdue 79-72. The Ole Miss Rebels beat the Georgia Bulldogs 97-95. Nevada lost to Utah State 71-62. Trump making snooker great again. Yeah, that's a good one, man. That's a good one. Judd Trump, yeah. Vanderbilt losing to Texas Longhorns 80-64. Illinois beating Northwestern 79-68. North Carolina Tar Heels lost to Stanford. What is wrong with North Carolina, baby? 95-90. Michael Jordan must be pissing himself. And then Utah losing to the Texas Tech Raiders 88-74. What I've noticed is Texas Tech has become one of the monster colleges in the US. Women are doing well in basketball. Men are doing well in basketball. They're phenomenal this season in the college football. Texas Tech college to, if you don't know what college to go to in the US, it looks like and you want to do some good sports, go to Texas Tech. Then Arizona State and Arizona are still going at it 66-59. Michigan and Washington are still out playing at the moment 63-57 for Michigan. The Blue Devils and Cal are fighting it out. They're 41-39 for the Devils at the moment. And Texas Christian University, that is TCU, against BYU, that is 36-30. That is just the second half is just about to start. So there you go. That is the sports for today. Oh, no. Oh, geez. I would have forgot the women's NCAA. I'd get sued. There you go. Ohio State knocking off Penn State 108-84. TCU beating West Virginia 51-50. The UCLA Bruins knocking off Minnesota 76-58. Baylor knocking off Utah 61-45. And Colorado, that's the Buffaloes, beating Iowa State 68-62. What do the cheerleaders look like? Cheerleaders always look good, man. They don't take no fugly girls to do cheerleading. Have you ever seen an ugly girl cheerlead? Let's be honest. That's actually, you should sue cheerleading squads for only taking good-looking women. That's discrimination against ugly women. But let's be honest, there isn't a thing as an ugly woman. All women are beautiful. There's just some that you like more than than others. Damn, I gotta take a drink on that because I'm talking so much shit this morning. Trying to lie with a straight face. Let me get out of here before I get into some trouble. Guys, have a great morning. Was there rugby? No, there was no rugby games. Just Razor got sacked. All the rugby games are on the weekend. Guys, join me this afternoon with Vern for the DEF CON rugby show. It's going to be a great show this afternoon. I might even try to get Hamish on the show. There you go. I might try to get Hamish on the show. See if he's up for it. I mean, 5 o'clock. Yeah, that's 5 o'clock in the morning for him. Not such a good time. But we'll see. We'll see. Guys, have a great day. Be safe, be happy, and make sure you keep your job. Ciao, ciao. And to all the ladies out there, you're all beautiful.